Alright guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. This is another McKola Meets, and as you can see, I am joined by the people's champion of British Baker, Liam. Pleasure, brother. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for getting involved. Man, how you feeling?
I feel alright. Obviously it's post Bake Off.
Obviously, yeah.
It's mad.
What's the reaction been, the general reaction?
It's been really positive. Everyone's been really nice. Well, most people's been really nice. But yeah, I mean, for the show, because obviously there was the change to like Channel 4 and stuff. There was a bit of, ooh, what's going to happen? But overall, it's been solid. It's been pretty decent.
And obviously, you've had to keep it secret for a long, long time.
Yeah.
We'll come to that a little bit later. But from when you got kicked out, I remember talking to you and saying, Liam, you're going to win this week. You're going to go through. And you were like, yeah, hopefully. And you knew in your head you weren't. Like, how hard has that been?
That was probably, that's the worst thing about it. Because obviously, you know when you're coming out. And obviously, when you get to like certain weeks, like say like week 7 and onwards, the public start to think that you might just do it. So
I was convinced.
So
I was convinced. Jay was convinced. Mars was convinced. Everyone in this room was convinced.
And so like after week 7, obviously it's quarterfinals, isn't it? So everyone's like, "Oh, it's only 2 more weeks left. You could do it. You could do it." And then talking to you as well, it's like, "Oh, I know you're gonna do it." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm going out. I'm going out, but I can't say anything." And to be fair, that's probably the hardest thing about the whole thing. Like, obviously, keeping the secret about you not being in it, but not letting people know when you come out. Mad, mad. Because you just wanna. It's like you're giving people a false sense of hope, innit? Because people think you're gonna do it, but you've held like this massive secret. So it's a bit like, oh, what do I do? That's why even the finals.
Did you watch the final?
I did watch the finals.
Are you sure?
100%.
I was close to not watching it, you know.
You had to watch the final.
I was close to not watching. I nearly boycotted the whole thing.
Is it?
Real talk. Once you went, I nearly boycotted it. I was not having any of it.
But to be fair,
because every year my favourite goes. Last year, who do I want to win? Oh, what's his name? And he got kicked out anyway. He's opened a shop somewhere.
Yeah.
He got kicked out.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, this is a joke.
Yeah.
And it was just wrong. So obviously, for people that don't know, Great British Bake Off, it's a baking show. Now, what you normally get in there is middle-aged parents and all that kind of things, and the demographic of the contestants.
Yeah.
You normally don't fill that box. That's why I think the reaction to you has been a lot different. You've probably attracted a different crowd to Bake Off. No,
for sure. I mean, I watched the previous series and stuff, and I always thought to myself, if I go on a show, I could just like be like a bit different. Not because obviously where I'm from or whatever, but just what I'll bring to the tent. But I didn't think the reception would be that good. Like every week that was going on like TV, I was like, okay, cool, just be chill, see what happens. But as I was progressively getting better, like the public was seeing that as well. So that was amazing. And yeah, man, I did like it's really overwhelming at points.
You know what I love as well?
Yeah.
That I've met you and you are the same. Like you're not just the same in bite-sized moments. Which you can look on TV.
For sure.
It's easy to make someone look entertaining when they're not.
Yeah.
But you're actually really, you're the same as you were in the tent, which I love as well.
I think that's the worst. But that's the worst thing though. Like if you meet someone that's been on TV and they're not like that in real life, then it's like.
There's a lot of people like that.
But why are you acting? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're like in a movie and stuff like that, but whatever. But like reality TV, just be yourself, man. Because the worst thing is to get caught out, and then when you get caught out, it's just peak. So you shouldn't be yourself. You shouldn't be yourself.
How did it start though? Who did you think I want to apply for Bake Off, or was it someone telling you to apply?
I always knew I wanted to go in it. So I've been baking for like 4 to 5 years now. For the first 2 years, it was about like just baking and eating. Like I'll try and decorate things, but I just want to eat it, so I didn't get to actually decorate. And then the other 2 years, I just decided to take it seriously. But then I was that sort of guy that no disrespect, like, you know, bake and upload it on Instagram and, like, you know, get a couple likes, but I always felt to myself I need to up the levels a little bit, and I felt that was the only way that I can do it. So I knew myself wanted to apply for it, but it was just deciding when. But I thought I have to do it by the time I'm 20 or 21. Yeah.
How did you start cooking though? Did you hear about the influences from
Yeah.
Cynthia?
Hashtag Cynthia, man.
We hear about all those influences, but
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger,
Yeah.
going to the kitchen to my mum, my nan.
Yeah.
Oh, mum, you want some help? Nah, get out of my space. What you doing? You're in the way.
Yeah.
So, obviously, my mum just got no time for me in the kitchen.
Mm.
But how did you like get a taste for it? Because cooking is something that a lot of urban kids, young urban boys, what are you cooking for?
Yeah. I'll say I've always had a love for food. Everyone loves food, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've always, whenever I'm interested in something, I want to know every dynamic of it. So obviously there's eating, but then there's the processes as to how you get to that. Which is, I know. I was a deep thinker for like how old am I now? 20. I was a deep thinker for like.
I forgot how old he is.
I was a deep thinker at a 16-year-old, like, you know, at really young. So it was just, so I've always loved food. And my mum and my dad and my family were always supportive in the sense where they'll allow me to do whatever I want. And as long as I get the basics in gear, so like GCSEs, A-levels and going uni, around that, I can just do whatever. So I was like...
Because we spoke about, we'll speak about uni a little bit later, but you don't even do anything cooking related at uni.
No, I don't.
Like has it now become more than a hobby?
It has become more than a hobby. It has. But that's just something that I had to, like, you know, take into consideration if I was going to do a show like this. From time to time, before Bake Off, I would just like bake, like, you know, once or twice a week or whatever, and upload it. But when you get that so much of a reception and a positive one as well, you just got to keep on delivering, you know. And it's not a job. It's like, it's not a burden. It's like something that I really love doing, and that's the main thing. Like, I'm so happy about. I'm doing what I love. Yeah. I
suppose that is the one thing everyone wants in it. As long as you're working at something you love,
for sure.
Whatever happens on the side of it, and you must obviously, we'll find out what you're going to do in the future, but we'll come to that later. So, Bake Off. I want to know how the application process works. You just kick the mic.
I just kicked the mic. Okay. How did the application go?
Do you have to compete against people before you get there? Is there a competition before the competition, if you get what I'm saying? Or is it audition based?
Yeah, it's audition based. So there's an application online which is out now. So if you want to apply. So there's that, and then there's like rounds of, you know, baking and like interviews and things like that. And what happens is, the further you go, the more, like, you know, in depth the interviews become. So I remember there was a point where I thought, nah, this is getting a bit serious, because obviously the first couple of rounds are a bit generic, innit? And then it got to like a couple months in, I was thinking, okay, if I bust it now, if I get, you know, past this round, I could potentially, you know. And I remember getting the call when I was on the confirmation. I was at uni at the time as well, and I was just like, I made it.
But then you're so excited, but you can't.
Yeah, this is what's so annoying. Like, you're so excited, you're buzzing, because like, it's like you're on like, I'm on national TV baking, and that's, for me, that's insane, yeah. But you can't just run into your lecture, guys, I'm a baker. You can't do that. You just gotta keep it chill.
Did anyone figure out something was going on with you? Like, did people start saying what's going on?
People
like, why are you walking with such a swagger these days, or, you know? People
thought I was moving a bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, people, because there'll be times when everyone should be at uni, but like, I was just like back cave, just, oh, Liam, are you sick? Yeah. So I've got family problems and stuff like that. I'll think of
a lot of family problems.
Yeah, a lot of family problems, a lot of illnesses.
You didn't kill anyone else?
No, I didn't kill anyone. No.
Everyone does that, innit? You know, you go to wait, I gotta go to a funeral. You know, you just realise you killed your aunt for it.
And like, to be fair, like, a lot of people said like, oh, you should apply for Bake Off. You should apply for Bake Off. And I've always been like, no, that's not my thing. That's not my thing. But obviously, at the back of my head, man knows I'm on the program. So I want it, but I'm just trying to throw everyone off, you know. So my lying skills definitely developed. Yeah, 100%. But when it dropped, I remember the first hour, people were just like, "Oh, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it." I was like, "Yeah, you did," but now I can talk about it now, so it's true.
What's it like in uni? Nights out, things like that.
Oh,
Because you're still a student.
I am still a student.
But yet you've been catapulted into this.
Yeah. In uni, like, everyone that approaches me has just been, like, mad, like, supportive, and, like, you know, they just sort of respect the grind.
Throwing bras at you and stuff.
No. We're like, no.
You're not on them weekend levels yet.
No. But yeah, everyone that, you know, approaches me, like, is really supportive. It's like, oh, they always ask me, like, oh, how'd you do this, how'd you do that? Because there's some people that are really keen bakers, but they just don't know how to, like, sort of elevate themselves. So I just love to talk to them about that, which is great. Even like when I go out, you know, the other day I was in Shoreditch and I thought, okay, it's like, what, like 11:30, no one will know my face, whatever. I just go out, have a good time and just keep it popping. And then, like, when I was in the queue, bare people recognised me and I was like, it's not, you know, it's good, but sometimes you think, like...
Are you still awkward with it all?
Initially, the first couple, like, I say, like, week 1 or 2, I was mad awkward. Because I didn't know how to deal with it. Not in the sense of, oh, don't talk to me. But I was like, yeah, it is me. Hi. But what people have to realise is that I'm a human, they're humans, so let's just chat.
Yeah.
You know? And when you get rid of that dynamic, it's so chill.
Could you had anyone screaming in your face, crying in your face?
Oh, man, I've had that. So, the other day I was on the bus with my cousin and my brother, and there was like, I don't know, 10 girls, like a little bit younger than me, and one of them clocked who I was. I'm like, oh, that's the boy from Bake Off, and the whole bus went mad. Like, everyone's like, ah! And you just see all Snapchat flashes everywhere. Like, I'm just like, oh my, and I'm just sitting on the bus just like...
Does that not worry you though as well, that possibly every little thing you do sort of might have a camera for that? Has that made you act a little bit differently?
No, it actually okay, honestly, you got to be more careful what you do. But to be fair, looking back at how I used to how I conducted myself before the show is exactly the same. And that's the thing about being yourself before and after the show. It's just like, you just have to be yourself.
Yeah.
And if there is something that goes out in the newspaper, how I like dabbed in public, I would have done that anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it's true.
If the worst thing is you dabbing in public, you're going to have a great career, trust me. You're going to be absolutely fine. I've got to say, you're my favourite bake and the one that I wanted to taste the most was definitely that pie.
Yeah, that was
with
mad.
the curry goat and that.
That was mad.
Stuff that was bad.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Have you made that since?
No.
But
you know what? I could do.
You could do, but you're not. Is that
No.
no.
Do you know what? I know I'm gonna have to make quite a few of them because my nan, you know, she's from like Hackney and that, so like Dawson and stuff like that. And whenever she goes to like Really Row Market, infamous market. If you don't know that market, then mad. But that's a proper market, and like every time she goes there, someone always mentions like the curry goat pie. So I know for a fact I'm probably gonna have to make really small ones and just give them out. But that's something.
Told me when you got that.
100%.
Yeah. So you just mentioned your nan there. Now, obviously, huge influence on certain aspects of your cooking.
For sure.
But where did you grow up? Where did it all start for Liam? You live in Hackney now.
Yeah.
Were you born there?
Yeah.
And then.
So always born in Hackney. I went to primary school in Dawson. So my nan, because my nan used to live really close to my primary school. So she'll, if I didn't go after school club, she'll pick me up. Because my mum used to work late. So she'll pick me up, we'll go to her house, have dinner. So my nan's dinner's been engrossed in me from like at the age of like what, 5, with even younger. So my nan's food always played a massive role in my life. And it was only when I got into like baking and like cooking and stuff where I decided to sort of influence certain aspects of it. So like my nan's curry goat, my nan's curry goat, but then curry goat and rice is very like, everyone knows what it is, but just to give it a little
twist,
put it in the pie, and like, you know, everyone knows a pie and everyone knows curry goat, so it just puts the best two
Well,
things together.
growing up in general, what kind of childhood was it?
For me, my childhood was sick. No, my childhood was banging because like I used to play out with my mates, football.
People don't do that anymore.
Nah,
like I feel
don't.
old now, but like I think you're probably like the last of that generation where
I would say so.
Where people played in the streets.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had computer games and stuff.
Yeah.
But more time we were out in the streets.
Yeah.
Like
we used to like outside where I lived, there's like a road, and that was the football pitch. So like bump to bump, that was the goal. Yeah, and then like round the corner we had like massive bushes, and one day we said, do you know what, let's cut this all down and make a clubhouse. yeah. So the kids that I grew up with, we were just crazy creative like that. So I've always had like, my childhood was like the best, and there was like shops outside where I lived, like fish and chip shop, Calf and Revs. We'd go down there, get lunch, come back, and then there'll be times where on one of our phones we'll order like pizza and we'll chip in like a £5 or something like that, get it delivered to one of our houses, and we just sit outside in the park and just like eat and just talk and gossip and be kids.
Just chilling out. Man.
Yeah, man.
That's sick. And then you went to school. You go to uni in where now?
Goldsmiths.
Goldsmiths. Uni like drama.
Yeah, I studied drama. Yeah.
Completely different to.
Goldsmiths is good. Goldsmiths is good, but the jump from secondary school to uni is just, the jump from sixth form to uni is so big. So it took me a while to, especially the first couple of months of uni, it took me a while to adapt. But then, I'll say like halfway through the year, I started to find my own feet and just got into the whole group of things, because pretty much at uni, unless you go for the help and support for your course, you're pretty much on your own. So, whereas like sixth form, they kind of like, they don't want you, but they still kind of spoon feed you. But yeah, uni tests your independence a lot.
Doing drama though, and doing cooking, is completely different.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
yeah,
now that you have got this platform and you've got this spotlight, could you possibly see you going down the drama route and possibly?
Yeah, because to be fair, drama was still is one of my passions, and baking and cooking is just as equal. Yeah, no, definitely, I would love to combine the two. I don't know how. Well, first of all, my dissertation's about the performativity of restaurants. So there's a whole idea that restaurants are theatres.
I've watched something about some Japanese guy
making
noodles,
Yeah.
And the way he was doing it, he had an audience.
Yeah.
And he was just like spinning these things, and it started off as a block of dough. But as he was spinning it, it was becoming
like more
spaghetti.
refined. Yeah.
And he was like, that is nuts.
That's what I'm saying. So like, there's a whole spectacle with restaurants, and I want to investigate like if there's like more similarities than we initially think. So that's a plan. That's one.
That's one plan.
Yeah, and hopefully I can do more TV work with Wicked, because obviously.
Because you want Paul Hollywood's job, obviously, as well.
Yeah, soon come. 10 years.
10 years.
10 years. 10 years. 10 years. I'll be coming for his neck. No, I'm joking. But yeah, for sure.
What is it like in the tent? Because we watch from outside. Obviously, I learnt today, from speaking to you before, you stay there the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So like, how is that whole? Because you come close with the other. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I disliked a few bakers. I wanted a few to go.
Okay.
I was angry that a few stayed when you went.
Yeah.
Like, I got pissed off.
Yeah.
But you become friends with these guys, and you stay with them for a long time. So what's it like in the tent?
Do you know what it is? Because there's 12 a year, so you're part of this, this club of bakers where not a lot of people get to have an experience in a tent. So as soon as you meet each other, you instantly gravitate towards each other, and even though it's a competition, you always want everyone else to do really well. Stress just affects people differently. Whereas some people will giggle like, and some people will be like, ugh. But that's why we were put together, because we all clicked. So, yeah, man. The tent is. I remember going in the first time, right? Like, when I first went in the tent, it was just so like, it was really surreal, because prior to this, I would see it on TV and be like, oh, can you imagine? And then actually pulling up in the car that we went in and seeing the tent for the first time, like the peaks of it, I'm like, bro, this is real, isn't it? And then doing like the infamous walk down to the tent and taking off your jacket, standing behind your workstation. I was just gobsmacked, and it's so hard for me to be gobsmacked, and like seeing Paul, Prue, Sandy, and Noel.
Because it was a completely new cast apart from Paul, yeah.
So that whole thing, and then cameras and like the workstations and like the 11 other bakers and like all your equipment. It was just like, yeah, it was mad. It was so mad. And I would say like the first couple of challenges, I was very shaky. I was very nervous. Because, it's not your own equipment, it's a completely new environment. So, I say when I got to, like, the showstopper week 1, that's when I started to find, like, my own swag and, like, sort of, yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely smashed it, man. And you definitely, in my opinion, you won it. At least you should have, anyway. You know what vexes me in there? When you see people watching someone else's food, and you know they're copying what they're doing.
But you know what, yeah? I'll be honest.
Did you do that?
So, put it this way.
Whose were you more likely to look over at and be like, yeah, he's doing it right, or she's doing it right?
Not gonna lie, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you're at the back of the tent, you're winning. because you don't have to break your neck to look behind you, innit? And if you're in the middle, you don't have to, but if you're at the back, you're like, you're gauging, innit?
Where were you? Based again?
It depends. So every week, yeah, it changes. So when I was at the back, I was gassed. I was like, especially if it was something that you didn't know, like the technical. But to be fair, the times that I was at the back, the technicals were a cottage loaf in week 3 and a pizza. So I knew what I was doing. Help you? Yeah. So it did. I knew what I was doing, but being at the back, having that view, if you're a little bit, you shouldn't really.
But people. I saw people doing it.
Yeah.
And I was being like, hold on.
Yeah.
He's struggling, but you're watching that. Like,
yeah.
I know you're cheating. Like, stop it.
But then that's the thing. But it's true. But then it kind of, if you think about it, people will look at each other, but no one will act a certain type of way about each other because, in a sense, we all want each other to do really well.
But do you get that? Is there a point in the tournament or in the competition where after week 2, 3 you start thinking, all right, F these, like, business time?
I didn't.
Did it ever feel like competition to you?
For me, like, I wanted to go in the show to prove to the public and myself that I'm good at baking. And for me, honestly, it was pretty much irrelevant on where I came. I just wanted to have enough weeks to show what I'm good at. But don't get me wrong, when you get to like the last 6 or 5, the pressure does crank up a little bit because you're so close to the final. But I feel like for me, if I thought about the competition too much, it will sort of hinder my performance. So I try to just be like, yeah, just cooking, it's calm, cooking, yeah. There you go, Paul. There you go, Prue. That's how.
What are they like?
They're great. They're great because obviously Paul's like the bad
He's a scouser.
He was like, they say like he's the bad cop and stuff like that. But he's honestly, Paul and Prue are just like wicked people.
Prue's love for Stacey got me. She defo favoured Stacey. I want to say it. Liam's not going to say it. Liam's neutral, but I'm going to say
I'm neutral. Yeah, I am neutral. But like, I remember like, one thing that's so great about Prue is that, again, she just wants all of us to do well.
Do you still keep in touch with anybody from
the bakers? Yeah.
Yan, you were close with Yan.
Yeah, Yan's my chi. Like,
yeah, yeah. You know what made me laugh about Yan? Yeah.
Yeah.
One week she turned up with a cut on her chin in it.
Yeah.
And she was like, I dropped off my scooter.
Yeah,
I was just like,
yeah, that was insane.
Firstly, who rides a scooter?
Yeah.
To drop off it?
Yeah.
Like, because it wasn't an electric scooter, was it?
No, it was like a push one. Yeah.
Cat got me like.
Yeah, I remember.
She's a proper character. I like her.
But yeah, I'm in contact with all of them. Like, it's like because we're put in an environment where we're not forced to be friends, because I can be like, oh no, I don't like these people, but it's sort of designed to put the best 12 together, so we instantly like became friends. So it was only natural to continue that friendship.
And plus you've been through that experience together, so
exactly.
You kind of understand everything, can it?
So it was only natural to continue that friendship outside the tent,
Do you think the winner was... Did you expect the winner
To win. Yeah. Because Sophie was...
She was great. I'm not going to lie, I thought Stephen had it in the bag.
Yeah. To be fair, everyone that went into that tent was capable of winning it. It just depended on the day. Because you can be crazy good at, like, bread or caramel or, I don't know, pastry or whatever week it is. But if it's just not your day, that will cost you. But Sophie, she was just like, she just knew.
You said earlier,
yeah,
she knew what she was doing.
Like,
in the sense of playing it cool and then peaking at the... Whereas Stephen went opposite.
She peaked, and you know this as well, she deals with pressure extremely well. Extremely well. So she said, okay, cool, from week 1 to 7, just do what I have to do. And, you know, she
stay
did
in the middle.
But it's funny, because I wouldn't even say she stayed in the middle. She was always top, like, just below top, just flirting with Star Baker all the time. So she peaked at the correct time.
You got 1 Star Baker in it.
Yeah, I
Couple
did.
handshakes.
Yeah.
Star Baker. What was the Star Baker?
Pastry week.
What did you make that week?
So that was the curry goat pie. Come on.
Yeah, that was my favourite. That was my favourite. I need one of them, you know. I'm going to keep saying it to Liam. Liam sorts it out. You're going to wake up with a text from me every day like, pie.
No, that week was mad. Because I remember, we had to make 4 individual pies in it. And so I did like chorizo, sweet potato, feta. But I knew it was good. But, so, do you know what it was, yeah? Week 6, just like, because week before, right, my jelly didn't set.
Yeah,
and that's...
There was sometimes I was watching you, I'd be there like, Liam, I'm really rooting for you, man, but you're not helping yourself.
No, I know. Like, literally, like, what was so jarring, guys, that my jelly, it's never done that at home. So I was like, that was a new experience. Like, seeing my jelly just drip at the side, like, what I'm like... And then, so I got a little bit emotional, I'm not gonna lie. But then, going home, I was like, nah. I was like, week 6, I was like, I have to pattern up. I have to, like...
Because you always would, like, nail something and not quite nail something, and then you got it.
This is what I'm saying. So I always had, like, my weeks are very, like, up and down, innit? 4 was another good week for me.
You should have got Star Baker then and someone picked you to it. Was
it
Stephen?
Kate. But Kate, to be fair, me and Kate...
What did she make that week? Was it the glass thing?
Like a... No. She did like a basil caramel shortbread millionaires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she had like a sticky toffee cake as well. That was crazy, but that was so good as well.
You like get to eat everything.
Yeah, man. These trousers didn't fit. At the end of week 10, like my trousers, like...
Have you put weight on after the...
So, after the show, I had to go detox.
Hit the gym up.
Hit gym, like drink loads of water. But I'm a pretty healthy eater as it is. But obviously, when you're around loads of food...
Do you cook for yourself every day?
I try to. But then my nan cooks as well. So my nan loves to cook. So if I'm around...
Cynthia, can you invite me to dinner, please? Sunday dinner or something.
So if I'm around, I'll go to my nan's, pick up dinner, or like stay at hers and eat and go back home. Or depends how it's set up. But ideally, but also I like to eat out as well to try new food. So I try to balance it, you know.
What kind of food are you eating? What should I try? I'm one of those guys that I don't like to go wander out of like the chicken and lamb kind of realm.
Yeah.
I'm very basic.
But to be fair, so am I in a sense of meat. I'm kind of like feeling loads of Mexican food at the moment.
Oh, I like Mexican food. We got a great place at Bios.
Is it?
It's amazing. Bodega's nice.
Yeah, Mexican's my thing at the moment. I love Turkish food. Turkey, because I'm from North London. So Hackney, North London, and there's just loads of Turkish restaurants on the strip. But yeah, I love my salads. But then sometimes...
You just say you love salads?
Yeah, no, but like there's salads where it's like lettuce and tomato and a cucumber. But if you up the levels, you can have like feta cheese on it. You can have like grilled chicken on it. So I love salads and stuff like that because as much as I love to bake, you kind of have to sort of eat properly as well. But yeah, don't get it twisted, I love like a good slice of chocolate cake or like caramel tarts.
How many cakes have you made since Bake Off?
Since Bake Off? Quite a few.
Oh, so you're still at it?
Yeah, I'm still at it, but I said to myself after the show, I took out like a month just to sort of like recalibrate and just sort of take a breather, you know, get things clear in my head, and say, okay, cool, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, because it was obviously a massive lead up to when the show actually drops. So yeah, I still love it, but it's just being honest with yourself and saying, okay, cool, take a break, and then go back to it. Because what you don't want to do is just burn it out, and you've just like, why am I doing this? You know?
What is to come next?
Oh.
Because you've got uni, you do drama.
Yeah, I do.
You've got the Bake Off platform now.
Yeah.
You're a character. People like you, so you've got a fan base there.
Yeah.
So what is next, or is it a little bit secretive at the moment?
It's secret, top secret.
No exclusives today, guys.
No exclusives. But I will be back.
You're gonna be about, innit?
I'll be bopping. I'll be around.
And you're coming to a game with us next month.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
Guys,
that'll be sick.
Liam's a United fan. You know, like,
go you Reds!
Like, how did you become a Red?
Oh, so the story. So I get a lot of stick here because because I'm from London.
Yeah.
Like, so when people say like, oh, what team do you support? They say like you should support Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, or like QPR. I'm not going to support QPR, but anyways. But when I say like United, people are like, oh, you're a glory hunter, blah 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 blah. But when I actually break down as to why I support United, they're like, oh, so that's why. So basically, my granddad, he's from Jamaica, on my mum's side, and he's from a place in Jamaica called Manchester. So when he came over to England, he found out there was two teams, United or City. And in Jamaica, there's no football teams. Like, I don't.
Jamaica, I'm sure Manchester has a Manchester 62.
In Jamaica?
I think so. It might not be in Jamaica, but there's a team called Manchester 62 or something like that.
Oh.
I may just be chatting.
I don't know.
But yeah, carry on.
But yeah, so there was two teams in England, United and City. So he got all the family around at the time. So that's my uncles and my auntie, my mum. It's like, what teams do you want to support? Yeah.
I love that family debate.
Yeah, family debate. So majority rules was United. So I support United down to my nephews. Like, it's a family thing. So yeah.
And obviously we're going to talk a little bit about football in another video we're going to do, where we get Liam's full, like, his favourite 11, and not the best or the greatest 11, but his favourite 11. But like, just talking about football a little bit, like, what is football to you? Where does it fit into your life? Is it something you think about every day, like me? Is it something that's just there?
I'm a massive United supporter. Massive United. Like,
favourite memories?
Favourite. There's a few. So this was when I was in year 6. I think it was semi-finals of Champions League, and then it was United versus Barcelona.
Oh wait.
Yeah. And then Paul Scholes scored that screamer.
You know when you said you were in year 6?
Yeah.
Through my head, so I was thinking, he's 20 now. So I was trying to figure out, like, it didn't sound right, that 2008. Yeah.
That was, I remember that because that's where we drew.
0-0 at their ground. Ronaldo missed a penalty.
Yeah. So that happened. So we needed to score in it, and then that was the only goal that was actually scored. And holding that for the whole game was insane. That was nuts.
Because Henry had that header.
Yeah.
He had a header, like, he was right in front of goal and he headed it straight.
That was mad. That was probably one of the. Because you know when Paul Scholes ever had the ball from like 30 yards, you just hear like Old Trafford going shoot. And when he does it, and he busts it in. It's like, obviously I'm watching it at home, but my mum is a massive United supporter as well, so he screamed.
Yeah.
That was sick. I'm trying to think what other moments. Do you know what? I loved the season when Berbatov just killed it off.
When we won was it 20th or 19th title?
I think it was the season where, like, it was against Liverpool and we went to. Yeah, but his second goal was mad. You know, he put it and you're like, that's Berbatov. He's so cheeky like that.
I'm glad you said Berbatov. You know, he don't get enough love.
Berbatov, you know, he's an underrated legend, man. Like, he was just so, obviously he wasn't really fast. But
he wasn't really appreciated at United, was he?
I don't think he was. But when he did something on the ball at Old Trafford, it was just like.
Because he did remember West Ham when he turned that guy inside. That was amazing, and he set up Ronaldo. But
That was
I think in my head that is Berbatov's goal. That's not Ronaldo's goal.
And then he was oh, that was mad. That was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Berbatov was probably one of my favourite players at United.
He might be in your dream team.
Maybe.
Right. We'll find out who's in his dream team next. But first of all, thank you, Liam. It has been a pleasure.
It's been cool.
And I can't wait to see what you've got next as well, because I'm just looking forward to it all, man, because I'm a big fan, and hopefully you absolutely smash it. Now, you can find Liam on Twitter, on Instagram, on all that stuff. Liam C. Bakes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
We don't dab on my channel. I don't dab, so if you want to dab for them...
No, I don't.
They're always asking me, so...
Do they actually ask you to dab?
They asked me to dab, and I'm just like, I'm not dabbing. So,
They
if you want to dab for the people...
No, but I don't... Like, it's just...
Every now and then.
Or mini rock.
Yeah. You might see it on Snapchat. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. This has been McKola Meets, and we'll have some more coming for you as well. Check out the video coming up, which will be Liam's dream team, or his favourite team, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, subscribe, like, share. I'm Adam. Here's Liam.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.